opportunity. I know you get a pleasure to have in class on every quarterly write-up, and you've aced every single test in the 2 years since you've arrived. You're a shoo-in. An uncomfortable pang spreads through me. Almost every test. It's based on more than just academics, I quietly remind her. There's also the essay. An 8-page paper specifying why we want to be chosen to compete as a challenger in the competition, what we do with the $600,000 cash prize, and what the honor of being crowned champion means to us. 8 pages in which I stripped myself bare for judgment, admitting that had I never begged my parents to send me to Wilde the summer before junior year, maybe they'd have enough money to pay my sister's hospital bills without listing my childhood home as collateral. Most of the students at Wilde Academy don't need the money. Not like I do. But those who apply to compete desire the distinction of being a champion and the privilege of giving the only student-led speech at graduation. And while they don't need the money, who'd say no to 600 grand? You wrote about needing the money to help your family and your sick sister, Emmy says. It'd be heartless not to choose you. My gut twists. Girls, do you have something to share? Professor Ruffalo lasers in on us. We straighten in our seats. The hall floods with noise, even though 1 minute slowly ticks down on the clock. Some classes got let out early. Just happy summer, Emmy exclaims, brighter than a ray of sunshine. Professor Ruffalo opens her mouth, but is cut off as the bell chimes, signaling the end of class. Her poker face breaks into an easy grin. I think I've tortured you all enough for 1 semester. I hope you have a fantastic summer, and to my seniors, I'll see you at graduation. I fly out of my seat, slinging my backpack over my shoulder. I think it hits someone, but I can't stop to say sorry. Emmy's on my heels, her arm looping through mine so she doesn't get lost in the flood of students as we emerge into the STEM hall. Unlike Emmy, I have height on my side and can peer over most heads, but all it does is enhance my massive sense of FOMO. We have no choice but to ride the wave as everyone barrels toward the foyer. I don't think you're actually nervous about getting chosen, Emmy says as we enter the foyer. A sea of students separates us from the bulletin board by the stairs, blocking it from view. I think you're nervous about what a certain someone will think if you do get in. When? I don't care what he thinks. The words shoot out of me like missiles. As usual, Emmy has read me entirely too close for comfort. Her blue eyes bore into me, but I refuse to meet them. He already hates me. It can't get any worse. You did throw a handful of mashed potatoes at him, she unhelpfully points out. And he chucked a pork tenderloin at me, I exclaim. Everyone forgets that part. I think everyone was kind of busy partaking in the most infamous food fight the school has ever seen. A food fight that resulted in my first real relationship shattering and landed me in Principal Watershed's office. I was the only student to ever instigate such an atrocity at Wilde Academy, and I had to be reprimanded as such. After I pulled the "my sister has cancer" card, Principal Watershed finally settled on 5 days of in-school suspension that wouldn't go on my permanent record. I had to spend it picking the spring harvest in the greenhouse, then catch up on the lessons and work I missed. But it could have been so much worse. Did you know I found a green bean in my bra that night? Emmy continues as we push closer to the bulletin board. A place where green beans don't belong. Ever. If you wanted to stuff your bra, I've heard tissues work great, I suggest. Shut up. She laughs, jabbing her elbow into my rib. For what it's worth, I can't wait to see his face when your name is on that list. I can, I think to myself. I want to hurt him as badly as he's hurt me. But not like this. Because no matter how in the right I am for needing to apply for the competition, it doesn't change the fact that he was equally valid for not wanting me to.